Welcome to the 2012 Tispol conference in Edinburgh, which is happening right here. The theme for this year is protecting vulnerable road users, and there are people from all over the world who've come for the 2 days of conference.
Under the leadership of Chair Suzette Davenport, the conference saw presentations from a number of experts and professionals. Although unable to be there in person, European Transport Commissioner Siim Kallas had this upbeat message for delegates.
And here I would like to congratulate Tispol for its unwavering commitment and the essential contribution it makes to reducing road death across our continent. As a Commission, we are proud to be part of this cross-border cooperation for road safety. I look forward to working together with you all to make the European roads safer still.
It was a particular honour to welcome Scottish Transport Minister Keith Brown, who had an important reminder on the value of casualty reduction targets.
Well, we noted that there was around a 4% benefit to those countries which did adopt targets, because obviously you set a target, you're held accountable for meeting it or failing to meet it. So we felt it was important to do that, and so we've continued with the target setting approach, and it's showing real dividends in Scotland.
There was widespread support for the energetic presentation given by Dr. Sarah Jones of Cardiff University on the subject of graduated driver licensing. Sarah told us later about what was involved and in particular what happens in the intermediate period for a new driver.
Well, the intermediate period is the key part of the graduated driver licensing, really. So you've come out of the learner phase, you've learnt the basic skills, but you've got to build up experience. And what a graduated driver licensing intermediate phase does is it lets you build up that experience under conditions of reduced risk.
After the first day, more than 200 delegates attended the conference dinner and were delighted by the traditional Scottish hospitality, which included the piper, the haggis and the traditional address written by Rabbie Burns.
Above them all, you take your place. Punch, tripe or turn.
Day 2 saw a further focus on vulnerable road users, notably cyclists and motorcyclists, with presentations from Germany, Norway, Austria and the Netherlands. Austria's Martin Winkelbauer explained the nature of To Be Safe, his research into powered two-wheeler collisions.
A lot of scientific work has been done in To Be Safe, which is quite important because many things, many methods have been applied to passenger cars, to trucks, to pedestrians, but there's still a lot of empty space in terms of scientific research on the field of powered two-wheelers.
There was, as ever, plenty of time for delegates to chat informally during meal breaks and to look at the wide range of exhibitors who were present. Feedback suggests it was indeed a successful event.
I come every year to the Tispol conference because it's very interesting to have all the experiences of all the police forces in Europe. And the conference of today and yesterday is very interesting because the focus now is on pedestrians and cyclists. And so it's very important to take some measures in the future to strengthen the safety of these road users.
The thing for me is networking, going around talking to people, certainly keeping up with a lot of the new technology, new legislation, very interested about the roadside drug testing, spoken to a lot of people around that, but also understanding that everybody right across Europe and indeed, talking from Australia, we're all suffering very similar problems, and so why wouldn't we share the solutions, why wouldn't we look at some of the other ways people are dealing with things and take that forward.
The vulnerable people in traffic are a very important topic at the moment. In Slovenia have the same problems. A lot of cyclists, motorbikers are dying on the road. So we need new ideas how to work with those people to get better results on these topics.
Really useful for me this year, looking at vulnerable road users, particularly in the capital. We're always looking at cyclists, motorcyclists and pedestrians, looking at the new safety action plan. So to hear sort of solutions and issues that are facing our colleagues in Germany and Holland and Hungary, it's been really useful to pick up snippets of how we might look at a new innovative approach. So really excellent.
Very good, like always, and lots of good ideas and a lot of good information, and what is most important, to see very good colleagues and our friends.
The final task in the conference was for President Pasi Kemppainen to prepare the way for his successor Koen Ricour. who pledged his commitment to continuing Tispol's work.
So I really want to follow Paz's example of being as visible as possible on the European scene. I don't mean be invisible wearing a bracelet or a shiny jacket, but it's really necessary for Tispol to be present at European level and at each level through its members where road safety and road security is discussed. I would like to thank you already very much for your support that I can count on. Thank you.
Suzette Davenport then had this request to the conference.
I'd ask if you'd all stand up please for a minute's silence in memory of the victims, but particularly in remembrance of the 2 police officers. Thank you.
Delegates had plenty to think about as they took away ideas, developments, statistics and possibilities that could well shape the future of road safety and security across Europe.
So that's it. For 2012, the conference is over. But the good news is the energy will continue. Tispol will be tweeting, there'll be newsletters and the fortnightly bulletin. So do stay in touch. Meanwhile, we'll look forward to seeing you in Manchester for 2013.